Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat. I am Ray, that is Stat. Stato, how you doing today, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. How you going?
Mate, I'm ecstatic right now, bro. Loving life.
Mate, look at you. Wait, a week out before lockdowns are about to get lifted, mate. You must be laughing.
Mate, we've been counting it down and it's finally happening. But before we get into it, bro, we have a guest and a half with us tonight.
What an honor. Pastor Hernan.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing well, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, here in Brisbane now, Queensland. So yeah, strange times.
He's living in Maroon's territory, bro.
He's that, but mate, you guys are free as a bird, aren't you?
We are. And honestly, the only restriction we have here is masks. So I can live with that. Yeah. So
easy.
100%. Well, welcome, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode of Have a Chat with Ray and Stat. Stat, we're going to have another chat tonight, bro. See what's going on. But here's the thing, bro. I'm excited about this episode because I feel like we're legit now. You know what I mean? Because we've got this guest. We've got this guest, bro. Like, we're no longer just two random blokes jumping on Zoom having a chat. We've got Pastor Hernan. Like, this solidifies us somewhere.
Oh,
man, we got a pastor in our midst.
That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. You know?
I know. Maybe this will push other pastors to jump on, like our pastor, if he's going to tune in.
This will either make or break your podcast. I'll just be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Well, Pastor Hernan, you hear about us putting a podcast together. You see our two heads on our YouTube channel. What are you thinking? What's the thought process?
Honestly, the first time I heard about you guys, I think it was actually, it was a couple of our guys talking about it.
Okay.
And I thought, mate, they're having a go. So good on you. Like, look, I'll be honest. Your pastor and I have talked about doing this. Right? And has it happened? No. All right. So I'm not, Pastor Manso, I'm not blaming you. I'm not pointing fingers. Just the reality is we keep talking about it. Hasn't happened. And these two guys have done it. So full credit, respect.
Hey, bro, we did something right. We jumped the gun ahead of them, bro.
I know. Listen, we got the approval from this one, but our pastor's going to rip us in half. 100%.
100%.
Let me put the pressure on. I'll call him tomorrow and I'm going to go, hey, Mance, I got on there and it was the best. So you got to do it. Or I'm going to take these guys. All right. So I'll just put the threat out there.
Yeah, mate, we're in.
Look at that, bro. We got ourselves a good agent here.
I know. Listen, let's discuss future prospects right now. Nah, let's discuss later.
All right, I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free.
What a man.
But mate, Pastor Hernan and I just finished recording Talk to Me for next week.
Beautiful.
Mate, we get his whole story. We get everything from him being a kid, getting saved, to jumping into ministry and moving on from Southland to Good Shepherd. Mate, I think the people are going to love this one.
That's good. And on the move, you just said something a little bit about the move. Pastor Hernan, I compare your move to Southland like you're a big free agent. I compare it like, mate, you're in the open market, you sort a few churches, and you just solidified yourself to the right one and made the calling. Yeah. That's how I compare. That's how I look at it. Like it's like a draft.
You're not the first guy to tell me that actually.
No way.
It was my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, did you negotiate your way out or something?" And I said, "You can't say that." He was like, "Well, I just said it." So
no, that's a good way to look at it. But look, yeah, as I said, congrats on the move, man. That's obviously something that you would have to probably think a lot about and pray about and put the family first. But no, I'm very encouraged for that, bro. I'm encouraged, especially because you've put God first in everything. And you said, God, wherever you want me to go, I'll go. And I think that's really encouraging for myself and for Ray and for those listening as well. I think it's really important that when we put God first and we walk in his will, and he will just lead us to the right path. So I really appreciate that, you've taken the initiative and taken a step abroad, even abroad to another state. I think it's a huge move, man. I think it's something that is that doesn't get looked at. People are like, oh, he just moved to Queensland, but we're moving a whole family. You're moving your whole life from where your home church, mate. It's surreal. So I applaud you for that, man, and thank God for that.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, Stat. I know, yeah, it's strange times. I look at it, and I think I mentioned it already, but some mornings I still wake up and think I'm in Sydney.
Yeah,
I'll get used to it eventually, especially with daylight savings, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because of the 1 hour difference.
That got me today, but honestly, I think when you're just surrendered to the Lord and you just follow him. Things work out, and we're glad to be here. Like we're loving life here. It's different. There's no traffic. I'm praising the Lord for that. And just man. I'm literally 10 minutes away from church. I've never had that. I've never had that.
Oh, how far were you before when you were at South End? How far was it to get to church?
Some days it'd take me 30 minutes, and then some mornings to get to the office. Sometimes it'd take me an hour because of the traffic.
Yeah, Seven Hills is a joke, bro. Trying to get there.
So to have that, I have so much time. Like it's just.
Is that why it was so quick to get you on here? Fun fact, ladies and gents, daylight savings really did get Pastor Hernan.
Call me back.
Because mate, we send him the email saying, jump on 6 p.m. ready to go. It's 5 p.m. over there.
Yeah.
It didn't click.
Oh, that's right.
I get a text from Ray saying, hey, anytime now, feel free to jump on. And I'm going, 6 o'clock. And I'll no joke, I was scoffing down a kebab.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I love that.
I had a really late lunch. And I was on the way. I dropped my wife off at home. I was about to, just get a shower, get fresh for this evening. And there was a kebab waiting for me in the car. That was going to be my dinner / lunch. And then I'm in the car driving one hand, scoffing down a kebab on the way here. And it took me 10 minutes, so.
That's beautiful.
Look at that, man.
But the real question here is, how was the kebab?
Look, it was average. I'll just have to admit. But I did live in Auburn at some point, so
Yeah. So have you found your kebab shop yet, or are you still testing them out?
Man, around this area, look. I don't know how you have your tabbouleh.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Does tabbouleh normally come with capsicum?
Nah.
Every kebab place here that I've been to.
Walk out.
They put capsicum, and another place they put corn.
What is happening?
It's wrong, right? It's wrong.
I've never heard of corn, Stat.
Oh no, I don't know.
This is the first.
Yeah,
that's full on.
And I'll just on the record, guys, it's disgusting. So
thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that you come to that conclusion.
Bro. I can't believe that.
Oh, I was insulted.
Yeah, you're insulted. I'm offended,
bro. You should. I mean, we all should be offended.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, that's the hardest part about the move for me, Stat, is Pastor Hernan's moved from Auburn, the home of the kebab. He grew up there his whole life, and now he's in Queensland, now trying to find the kebab shop.
If I had to move, I'd have to take punch roll with me. I have to. I can't say. What do you mean? Capsicum and corn in tabbouleh? Come on, man. We're mucking around.
I was confused. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm told that this area, it's just difficult. But if I go to the south side of Brisbane, there's more decent sort of ethnic food and whatever. So whatever, I'll explore eventually. But
yeah,
I'm trying to
get around to it. You get around to it. That's mad.
We'll get to it.
Well, mate, speaking of Queensland, they had the grand final for the first time ever yesterday, bro.
That's right.
Mate, what a final that was. Very interesting.
That was probably one of the best ref games I've seen all year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of things, but not perfect, but there's a couple of things in there, but it was a very well ref game, very enjoyable, very entertaining, very down to the wire. I loved it.
It was a great game. Foxtel ruined it for me though.
What happened?
Because, well, you know how there's an hour difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 6:30 kickoff here, which meant that we had church on. So we were going to watch it here on the church premises. So, but it was on Channel 9. We couldn't pause it. We couldn't rewind it. So I just said, look, I'm going to go home. We're going to watch it on delayed telecast. Yeah. So
okay.
Foxtel advertises 8:40, the replay, right?
Mm.
So I've ordered my pizza, got my family sat down. We're all, pretty excited. And, being a Roosters man, I just couldn't go for Souths. So I was going for Penrith.
Yeah, well done. Well done,
so
sir.
I'm here, I'm sitting, I turn on Foxtel, and the first thing I see is the score.
Okay, so when you say that, where is it? Where is it on the screen?
So it's in the bottom corner. When they do that after the game.
The full times.
Yeah, like
no way.
They still had that on at 8:40. So I'm thinking, don't advertise the thing at 8:40. and it ruined it for me, man. Like I saw the
Yeah.
score straight away. It just
That's the hardest
it
part.
was still a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah,
So.
that's the worst part because I think Ray, you called me yesterday. You had this issue.
Bro, I didn't even know it wasn't on KO.
No,
For
it
some
wasn't
reason,
fair.
it didn't click to me that it's not on Foxtel. So I call Stat. I go, why is there just a clock on my screen and not the game? He goes, are you on KO? I go, yeah. He goes, it's only on Channel 9. I lost my mind. I downloaded the 9 Now app on my TV. I go, hurry up. Thankfully, it worked. But mate,
Yeah, because all the like the state of origin, the grand finals are all
on
the free to air. Yeah.
how long's that for? Is that contract still in?
I think they're negotiating it, from what I understand. But
They're negotiating a new deal with the free to air. So at the moment, it's up next year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's offers from like Channel 10 and Channel 7 to take over, and
that'd be
a lot
weird.
happening. But
That'd be weird to see it on 7 or 10.
yeah, no, not it's either Channel 9 or nothing.
Yeah,
Has it ever
That's
gone
nice.
to those channels?
Uh,
I don't think so.
It
Honestly,
No.
hasn't, eh? It's always been a Channel 9, like,
it's gotta be Channel 9.
I think since 91 or 92. Because 91,
Okay.
they assembled the team with Ray Warren, and then they had
Yeah,
Peter
yeah.
Sterling come on just after his playing career. And then they carried that through till now. And they've had like a phenomenal relationship between the NRL and the head of
'Cause-
the channel. They've
because
given
cricket's moved around.
Yeah, cricket's been moved around.
it's moved all over from 9 to 7 to 10,
Yeah.
all over the shop. Yeah, it's weird because it changes different commentary teams, and then it's not as. But yeah, Channel 9 is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not. And did Ray Warren, I think he finished, right? Like that was his last call, wasn't it?
So they asked him, they go, is this your last call? And then he goes, when I pull the plug, I'll pull the plug. So he's adamant to go again next year.
He's been saying that for the last 10 years. It was Sterlo's last call, though.
Oh,
Yeah, on Channel 9, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hearing he might go to Triple M next year. So we might continue to do radio.
Really?
Yeah, might continue on the radio. But yeah, mate, Sterlo's iconic, man. It was him and Rabs and Vossi that had me glued to the TV as I was a kid. Glued.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of an era.
Sterlo has a face made for radio, though.
Yeah.
100%. But somehow he made a career on TV.
I know.
I was actually reading up on Sterlo. I was doing a bit of a read on him, and he was saying, he came out and he goes, I had the opportunity to either jump into media or go to coaching after my playing career.
Yeah.
And then he consulted a couple people, and he had an offer from, I think it was the Dragons at the time, and then the Western Reds. They were seriously considering him to go coach because he had such a successful playing career. And then he goes, and then he sought a lot of advice. He goes, mate, you can't just go from playing to coaching like that. You have to take an internship. You have to do a lot of work, especially back then.
Yeah.
And then he goes, look, I'll probably steer clear and I'll jump into media and see what happens. And then he just stuck with that his entire post-playing career. So that's pretty insane. And the way he's carried himself the entire way through he's flawless.
Oh, he's a legend.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
He's been unbelievable. He was the voice of our childhood.
Mm.
Just seeing him every single week. And, mate, good on him. Great career. But question for you, Pastor Hernan. I need to know. It's an argument we were having yesterday. Foxtel or 9? Who's got the better team?
Oh.
Who do you prefer?
Honestly, I think currently that's a tough one. Well, I haven't watched 9 in a while. I think 9's really diminished. I think Foxtel right now.
Yeah.
You still on that page?
Yeah, still on Fox, man. Like, I love Rabs, love Gould, love Johns. But the new team they've got at Fox, I mean, you got Cooper Cronk, Braden Astar, he's exceptional.
Michael Ennis.
You know what I mean?
Ennis is actually surprising, hey. Like I wouldn't have rated him to jump into media, but he's actually got some really good insight, and he's phenomenal actually in his commentary. So
he's been my favorite player to come out for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think he's been one of my favorite as well. There's a few that have come and gone that would be a bit scratchy, but anyone they get at Fox and the way they've trained them up, they're unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah, I feel like with Channel 9, it's just a bit of a drag at the moment. I think they've had such bad blood with everyone with the way they got rid of the footy show and then a couple other things that they've removed and tried to change around. And there's been a lot of dramas within Channel 9 circles for the last 2-3 odd years. And Foxtel, everything's pretty fancy, everything's nice, everything's chill, you know. Yeah. But when it comes to game analyzing, don't get me wrong, Channel 9 is very good, very good. Because you got John Fittler, You had Sterlo, still got Rabs, got the Fat. You know, you've got those, but then you look at who they brought in Fox, and they're all like just very freshly retired players. You know, like we said, Ennis, Kronk. Yeah. As much as I can't stand his voice, he's very smart.
Yeah, Kronk's very smart.
Really
his
smart.
voice is hard.
Yeah.
His voice is hard.
Yeah, I'm still on the Fox train, but Ray, what about you?
Nah, Fox all the way, bro.
Oh yeah.
Even watching the grand final last night, I was thinking to myself, I can't do this. Like even just the way Channel 9 sets up the screen.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't do it.
Yeah. You know what got me was the 6 again. The 6 again thing was just so. It was just it wasn't in the middle. You know how Fox does it. It's just in that little end bit, and you go, and then there's no. Yeah. Anyway, it's just it looks old. Like
they kept bringing up the breaking news banner every time they were given an update on an injury, and mate, it looked like something I would have done on KBB. It just looked so cheap.
Hey, come on, give yourself more credit, man.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm using normal templates on KBB. All right, they're all for free. What's Channel 9 doing?
Every time something popped up with breaking news, I thought there's either some sort of blast in the world or someone's dying, someone serious has gone. And then I got breaking news, players coming back to the field. It's better. It's better. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I think for me, what I did was I watched the game last night, said, all right, got through Channel 9 commentary, and I'll rewatch it again today, bro, in Fox. It was Mick Ennis on fire. So good.
It was like a new game, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I felt like I've never seen the game.
Stat, be honest with us. How many times have you watched the grand final now?
Isn't
maybe 3 times.
Dead set.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm ashamed.
Wait
I'm ashamed of
Friday.
myself.
Wait until Friday. He's gonna be like, yeah, bro, I watched it 26 times. Loved it.
I watched it 15 times. But I'm just loving the celebrations post match. Love it.
Yeah.
Listen, that was one of those games where I did not care who won. I was happy for both teams.
Yeah, I really, really wanted Souths. With everything I had, I wanted Souths.
Why Souths, man?
I'll tell you what. Listen, I love Panthers. I love them. I love the emotional connection. You know, farewell for Bennett, farewell for Reynolds, potential farewell for Marshall.
Mm.
It just drew me, and I'm like, if I want it, and Reynolds has been a stalwart for Rabbitohs the last 11 years. I'm like, I want him to last game. It broke my heart. It really broke my heart.
Yeah.
But then you see the Penrith boys, and it's come back to Western Sydney, and I'm like, mate, you know what? This is good. This is a good
Heartland stuff, you know.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. Penrith winning, and then the Brian Toto proposing to his missus after.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart, bro.
My son Malachi loves Bizza.
Oh,
loves
who doesn't?
Yeah, mate.
So all night he was telling me, he was like, oh, I think he's gonna propose. I don't know why. And then he did. And I'm going, did you get the inside scoop? How did you get that? He goes, oh, I just, I saw a picture of him and his girlfriend, and I thought, this man should propose. That's what it's like. That's what he told me. I'm like,
he can take over my show.
Think of these things, honestly.
I was gonna say, bro, chuck him onto league chat with the stat.
Yeah, 100%.
How old is he?
He is 9, and look, he knows everything. Like he'll just chuck in like stats. He'll try to challenge me. He goes, Dad, did you know that this and so and so? And I'm going, yeah, I knew that, but he goes, no, did you know this? And he's obsessed. I'm
flying to Queensland tomorrow.
Mate, come on.
No one will stop me. I'm flying to Queensland tomorrow.
Get the exclusive. Malachi Halana.
Man, I've been trying to build this thing for a couple of years, and this guy knows more about them than I do.
Turns out it's just a 9-year-old you needed on your channel.
Mate, that's it.
If only 2 years ago, mate, I can quit now. I can quit. That's so good. But that's good like, now. I love that. I love when kids have that passion and they like to get these. They find new things that interest them, mate. Beautiful.
I feel like he would be one of those kids that's hiding in the room with his phone, watching league chat with the stat, just like in the dark.
Wait, imagine.
He's got a TikTok channel, and it's all footy highlights. He does footy edits. He's obsessed. He's obsessed.
I've got to find out this TikTok name.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to text it to me?
I'll find it and I'll text it out.
I want to check this out.
He hasn't done one in a while because we're trying to limit it, because at one point he was probably doing 5 edits a day. Like, he's obsessed. He's obsessed.
Can you teach me how to edit?
He'll have to teach you. He can't, I didn't teach him, so he's going to have to teach you directly. So it's.
I fought a Queensland tonight. Forget tomorrow. I'm coming tonight.
Bro, this kid's loving life being in Brisbane. He's in footy country right now.
That's beautiful, bro.
But you know what he's worried about is that he might have to play for Queensland.
Oh.
The other night, it's been NBF week here, right? So
Yeah.
I was at NBF, preached there. One of the nights, the Queensland brethren here wanted to welcome me properly, so they got me a Queensland Maroons jersey, right? So I pull it out, and here's my 9-year-old Malachi going, "No, Dad, no, no, no," and he literally was upset. Like, he was upset.
That's beautiful.
He walked. He was at the stage near me. He walked to the back of the auditorium, and he was upset. Like, he was. And we got in the car, and I'm going, "Mate, what happened? Are you okay?" He goes, "You told me you wouldn't do it, Dad." So what do you mean? He goes, "You told me we'll be New South Wales forever, and here you are. You got a jersey." And he told me off, and I'm going, "No, son, we live here now. We can't do that. Like, I can't just chuck the jersey. And this is my friends now." And he's like, "Well, Dad, you said, and you betrayed us, Dad. You betrayed us." He was upset.
I swear, that is beautiful. I'm not even. That is amazing.
He was so angry. Oh,
I'm on his
between
side.
him and I actually did something about it. Because one year I got a Christmas present from my cousin Timmy. He was trying to jam me out.
Yeah.
Back in his playing for Paradays, and he thought it'd be funny to get me a Para jersey. So me being a little bit younger and a little bit more hyped up about the Dogs more than ever, pulled out this Christmas present. I'm thinking, man, Tim Manor, he's gonna give me something good. He plays for Para. He's gonna give me something mad. I pulled out this Para jersey. Past that, right? I promise you, boys, I got it. Gutted. Like, I can't explain. And I'm like 15. I'm not 9. I'm 15. Gutted. I'm so upset. And I look at him, and it's all quiet. I go, "What do I do with this rubbish?"
Yeah.
Mate, he got upset. My auntie, uncle got upset. And I go, "I'm going to use it to clean the tables." Oh,
See,
yeah.
now
very
if you
bad.
presented me a Parramatta jersey, I would have responded the same way. So
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's Parramatta. Come
But what do you expect me to do? Man, but I love the passion from your son. That's hectic.
Bro, he's so I don't know where he gets it, like, but he is full on. He's even the thought of playing cricket for Queensland, because he loves his cricket, right? He loves his cricket. So I told him, I go, "If you go through the state ranks, you're gonna have to go play for Queensland."
Is that the rule in that stat? Like, because he was born in New South Wales, can't he play for them?
Nah.
Just through the ranks though, because it'll be if he in footy, right? Like, because this will be where he plays rugby league first. He'll be a Queensland.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept telling him. And then you can't go to New South Wales to play your junior cricket. And he told me, he goes, "Dad, I'm gonna move when I'm 15."
Mate,
Listen,
the way
he
he's
has a
going,
place-
he's
he has a
moving.
place
The way
to
he's going,
stay.
he's moving.
He has a place to stay if he wants to do it, bro.
There you go.
I'll support that.
100%. That's mad. I love the passion. Love the passion.
That's awesome. Well, cricket season's coming up, so I'm excited for that. Seeing
Yeah,
that
man.
NRL's done.
Big off season in the NRL. I'm so sad the NRL's finished. So sad. But cricket starting up, and time to get excited.
When's it officially start?
I think October, November is when the test matches start.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a question up in the air whether it's going to go on, because England's saying that they may not want to come.
Yeah.
Because
I read on that.
it's meant to be the Ashes, right? Biggest series that's ever played.
Yeah.
And here's England saying, "Oh, we don't want to come there because we don't want to quarantine." So.
Hey, you know what? I think they've been doing a bit of quarantine up there as well when they've been playing.
Yeah.
The teams have played up there.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it, but you prefer
When would they have to come?
Well, I don't
sooner
know.
the better.
Because
the sooner the better.
if it's December, isn't it only 1 week quarantine?
No, there depends on the states, right? So right now, if you come into Queensland, you've got to do 2 weeks, and then in the 2 weeks, you've got to do 4 COVID tests. No, we did 4 COVID tests.
Wow.
When we were quarantining. So what they're saying is they're going to have to do that, and then including that in that is their families, and I think that's where the main conjecture is. They're saying, "Oh, we don't want our families to to have to quarantine." But then if they go to South Australia for the Adelaide test, this is the insane thing. So the South Australian government will make them do another 2-week quarantine.
Come on.
What a farce.
Yeah. So there's a bit of government work that they need to do, but I mean, it's the Ashes. You got to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's get
100%.
Volandis to speak on their behalf.
I was just about to say, mate, if Volandis does a little holiday in cricket and gets everything sorted and tells the government what to do. Oh,
No, he's a fixer, isn't he?
mate.
He's a fixer.
I wish it was our Prime Minister.
Let's start with Premier because we lost the New South Wales Premier this week. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, let's get started there, eh? Let's let him take that job, let him fix a couple of things there, then he can move on.
Oh, mate. He'll do it. What a man. Oh, what a man. What a king. Pastor, do you like the T20 format of cricket?
look, I mean, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I grew up playing cricket, so I'm still Test match all the way.
Yeah.
Not. I understand why they have the T20s. It's more money for the game. It's good introduction.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid it's just a start of making it shorter and shorter. I mean, in England they've got the 100 now, so 100 balls, like
very stupid. Very, very stupid.
So they've gone even shorter than the 20 overs, right? They've now gone to 100 balls
That's ridiculous.
per innings. So
Nah, listen, I do like the start. I do like the T20. It's a good night out. I like the night out.
Yeah.
Going to the stadium, hanging out, watching the game. It's a good night out. But no, you're right. The test is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. I love the test, love it, man. I remember I can just sit down. I remember like when I was back in primary school, and I know it was Channel 9. I'd hear it, and then I'd just be in front of my TV from 10:30 to 6 p.m. Oh,
that was my childhood. And it was hot. My parents never put air conditioning in.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm mentioning it because I'm still bitter. But, honestly, all day I would just lie on the tiles, sweat it out, watching my cricket. So that was it.
Yeah, see, I didn't get into it until I think my last year of high school. Because my dad hates cricket with a passion, can't stand it. And anytime I'd put it on, he would yell at me and tell me to change the channel. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And I never understood the rules of cricket anyway. So I was like, no worries. But then I got into it in my last year of high school, maybe the year before that. And yeah, hooked since.
Yeah, love it. What a sport.
There's nothing like sitting down all day, watching the cricket, falling asleep, waking up, and it's still going.
My worst part of that was I would be watching and then I would flick the channel for half a second. I'd come back and the wicket's gone.
Yeah. And
I just flicked the channel for 1 second.
Yeah, what?
Every time I did it as a kid, I go, man, maybe I should have watched this. That's the worst luck. But yeah, no, what a game. I love it. I'm with you there. The night out for T20 is great.
Yeah.
I want to go to a test. I want to go stay a whole day at a test. I haven't done it yet, but I want to do it so bad.
Come to Brisbane and we'll do it.
Mate.
You've done that, haven't you, Pastor?
No, I have. I've never done a GABA test. So I've always done the SCG test. That was a tradition. I pretty much go most years. Yeah. But it'll be this year. If the Ashes goes on, it'll be my first GABA test. Okay. So I'm keen.
So how do you what's the goal? What do you do to sit there for 6+ hours?
You bring a lot of sunscreen.
Yep.
Then you just, I don't know. I love the game. So it's not that hard for me, as long as I've got the commentary in my ear, got some cold drinks, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach, we took Malachi for the first time to his first Sydney test and he did okay until he got sick. I think he ate a bad meat pie. So yeah, so we got halfway through and he started throwing up, the poor kid. And so we left after that. But the key is just staying engaged and honestly, if you need to bring a good book to read or if you go with mates, it's also a fun day because you just muck around. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love what you said earlier. The commentary in the ear has to be there.
Oh, it's got to be there.
Has to be there. I can't go watch a game if there's no commentary. I can't.
Yeah, and that's something Channel 9 does well is the cricket commentary.
Yeah. It's the best.
That's very good.
And then they take it to 7 and 10.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm breaking stuff.
What's the stadium food? Is it meat pie or hot dog? What's your go-to?
I'm a meat pie guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's got to be meat pie.
100%. 100% has to be meat pie.
Now it's going to cost you $50, but whatever.
Hey, you got to do it though. It's the Australian thing to do.
Yeah.
Get that 4 and 20.
But they're very good.
They're very good, bro.
They're very good. It's not like you get a pint like you have no choice, but you get it and it's fantastic.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the meat pie.
And then the 30 centimeters of chips that you get, like just that small little container.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the hot dog's a waste. It's all bread.
Yeah, but listen, it's always good, but it doesn't compare to a meat pie.
No.
No.
I don't think I've ever even thought of having a hot dog at the cricket. It's
Yeah,
just
me
a
too.
I don't know.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's a more. You like baseball, right, Ray? So
Yeah, I love
I
that.
think that's baseball and hot dogs go.
Yeah.
Cricket and meat pies go.
100%.
It's
Listen,
just
when I went to Dodger Stadium, that Dodger dog they call him, mate, that was another level. That was quality.
huge, eh? Was it
Right?
huge?
Yeah,
Was it
massive.
huge? Yeah,
Like a foot long or something. Like it was beautiful on a small bread stat. So the bread's that big, and the hot dog goes out to there, with all these toppings and all this rubbish on it. It was beautiful.
Wow. So wait, with Ray, you're talking about baseball. So how long do the games go for? Because I don't watch baseball.
So that's like a T20. That's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too
So mate, you're sitting there. It's honestly the same feeling as a T20, but it's on steroids. Bro, I was just there for a normal game. This game had nothing to do with like stats or anything. Like no one would have cared. Sold out crowd, and it was buzzing.
Love that.
I have to admit, US sports, as far as audience crowd, is way more intense.
They do it right, mate.
Oh,
they do this thing. They do this thing at the 7th inning. They call it the 7th inning stretch. So everyone stands up and you sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Oh yeah.
The whole crowd stat is singing this song at the top of their lungs.
That's beautiful.
Random strangers hugging each other, kissing each other, other teams. It was beautiful.
Australia, I've come to the conclusion Australia has the worst crowds in every sport.
Correct,
Yeah.
unless it's Magic Round.
Yeah, but you're not even that. And let me
Even
explain to
that's
you
not
why.
great. Yeah.
But let me explain to you why. When you look at the Super League in England, the NRL in Super League, mate, the crowd, they're chanting the whole game. They're singing the team songs. They're chanting. There's beef. You look at soccer's the same. You know, cricket, the Barmy Army. You know, like you look at these sports and like we're talking about NBA, but like NBL here. I went to a game. I went.
No one's watching that though.
Yeah, like,
Can't do it.
not good. But they fill out the stadiums, and we're talking college football. College football fills out stadiums in the NFL.
I was in the States last year, right? In just before COVID and all that hit. And I was at a Christian school, high school game, and it was going off. It was going off.
Wow.
They hosted other Christian schools. They had it sort of like a tournament, weekend tournament, and it was beyond buzzing. It was rocking in there, like the people cheering. And these are high school kids, man. Like they're in some of them in year 8. The junior varsity game was year 7 to year 9, and they were going mad. Like there were banners, there was a band.
Yeah, so they know how to do sport, man.
Yeah, they know how to do it. High school.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like I spoke to a couple of friends in the States and they say they go to more high school and college games than they do professional. Mate,
Really?
our mate Dalen.
Yeah.
Bro, he tells me he goes only to college. He doesn't care about the NFL.
No,
That's mad.
they're just more. It's traditional there. Like it's like the Premier League, right? Like some of these guys, they follow the same team for their whole lives. Their family and their heritage is in that school.
Yeah.
In the States, so a lot of them they care more about the college game than professional.
That's mad.
I wish we did it like that. I wish we started off our NRL store. Wow, can't talk. Our NRL stars in the high school system.
Yeah.
Every time we ever had a high school game, we had max 7 people. Max.
Bro.
Oh, of
And
course.
it was all the coaching staff. It wasn't any fans.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's mad. Yeah, but like you talk like the crowds, and you know what, but for the stadiums they fill it up.
They fill it up.
And fill it up, and then they enjoy the day. It's the best thing to be part of. When you go to the NRL sometimes, and I'll go as far as saying this: I've been to an AFL game. It is so much better than an NRL game.
Yeah, that's hard it's hard to admit, but it's true.
It is. It's hard to admit, but it is so much better.
What are they doing there though? What are they doing in an AFL game that makes them so good?
Well,
They're just
everyone
mad.
is intense.
Yeah, they're mad into their team. Like,
Yeah.
Again, I think AFL is a lot more tribal
Yeah.
than the NRL, especially with some of the teams. Like, you look at the West Tigers, right? They're just they're a combined team. So all of the
Yeah, fair.
traditional followers and fans wouldn't root for the West Tigers because they're not really the Balmain Tigers or Western Suburb Magpies, right? So
True.
then you have St. George Illawarra and all of that. It's just different. And yeah, I think the NRL isn't as tribal, honestly, as
Sad, so sad to say, but it's so true.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah.
I'll never forgive the like you're saying, the whole tribal thing. I'll never forgive the teacher that convinced my brother to go for the Knights. Mate,
Why?
I don't know why he did it, but he convinced Joseph, "Nah, you're going for the Knights." Joseph's been a Knights fan ever since. I now don't have a brother that goes for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, your brother's a fool.
Yeah, it's
That's
disappointing.
why.
But it's not, I don't blame him entirely. He was 6 when this teacher convinced him of it.
Yeah, he's gonna have a judgment seat there.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
But
Imagine that, eh?
But bro, as you
Out
said,
there,
Stat,
mate, you are not supporter, really? You?
yeah, nah, bro. Listen, I think that there's a special place for people who convince people's kids to go for different teams.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, that and I have no respect for people that change teams. I have no respect.
Nah.
I don't care if you become the smartest person in the sport. I don't care. You've changed teams. You make me sick. And I'm talking about following, not like playing. Following.
Bandwagon.
Or my
Yeah.
second favorite team. What is that?
There's no say it's
Second
one and that's
favorite
it.
team.
Then the second, but they're my 7th favorite. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like who does that?
Waste my time.
Oh, if this guy's injured, I go for. No, you don't.
Oh, my sister did that, man. My sister traded to Parramatta for my cousin Timmy.
Oh no.
And then he retired and she was, I don't care anymore. What do you don't care? You loved Sonny Bill. He was like the most beautiful guy to play for the Bulldogs and Randy Matua and all that. And we used to go together to the fan days. And then you can turn on me like this? I
Yeah.
don't need you. Get out of here.
So wait, past that, how do you become a Roosters fan?
Well, when we landed here in Australia, right? First game I ever watched was a Roosters St. George game on TV.
Okay.
And it was a nail biter and the Roosters won. So I was hooked on them. And then I started like reading up and finding out everything I could about the Roosters. And yeah, from then on so since 89.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got to say, mate, what a club. I've got to say it. What a club.
Favorite team of the year for sure.
This year.
What you
they
guys
went
did.
through,
Yeah.
and how they hung tough and actually made the playoffs. Like, honestly.
What you
Insane.
guys did this year was amazing.
Yeah.
Mate, and when you get everyone back on deck next year, it's like, man, game over.
See, yeah, I reckon that's all for it. Like, I think all of the experience they got this year, we've got depth now. So even if we get the injuries next year like we did this year, we should be way better. But now it's about fitting everyone in. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, who's going to actually play in the centers, right? Like, you have Suwali that's still, then you have Billy Smith and all of these guys that are really coming up. And who's going to play center with Manu? You know, like, it's just, that's a big choice. Are you going to move, you're going to move one of them to the wing? I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I love depth.
Problem to have.
Great.
Yeah,
It's a
good
great
problem,
problem to have.
it's still a problem, So
And what I love is that you've developed everyone.
Mm.
We've had to go and buy 11 players. Like, you know what I mean? And
Hey,
our depth. Okay. Pastor, I've got to say this, yeah. So you're Roosters.
yeah,
With your side that you had, you lost about 10, 11 players, yeah?
Yeah.
And you hung in, you got to the second week of the finals. This is what frustrates me. Our side, with no injuries, was garbage. It wasn't even first grade standard.
right.
Not even reserve grade standard.
Nah. Then when the 5 players went and got on the piss or whatever, and then they got into a bit of trouble, and then they got suspended from that game against the Seagulls.
Yeah.
And the next man in mentality, we got 66-0. Do
60.
you know what I mean? It's not like we improved. It's like we just picked the dead weight and then put him in. And the top 5 players that were missing are garbage. Napa, Katoa, garbage. They're rubbish.
Trash.
Bro, there's a reason why the Roosters let go of Napa and Flanagan that
100%, bro.
that quickly.
100%. Oh, but when I found out he signed for us 3 years ago, I'm like, we just got rid of David Klemmer because we don't know how to run a club.
Yeah.
And we got this guy to come in. And then we could have traded him for Matt Burton this year. Then we go, no, we want to keep Dylan Harper. Are we stupid? Like,
I don't know.
But I got to say, Matt Burton won a comp. What a
Burton.
player. I didn't care. He won a comp. I'm glad he stayed. I'm glad he stuck it out.
I don't know. I don't know how Penrith let him go away. Oh,
mate, I know.
They're going to have regrets there, I think. He's going to, you reckon he'll play at 5/8 or half? Or, because he's phenomenal at centre, but
phenomenal. He's a modern day Mitchell Orbison.
Yeah.
You reckon?
He can come in, he'll come in, whatever position he'll play, he'll kill it. 5'8", halfback, centre. I can see him as he's a big boy, man. He can play lock.
He's huge.
He's a unit. He'll play 6 next year. We signed him as a 6. He'll play 6 next year.
Yeah, good.
And I think Flanagan should get another run. That's me personally.
Yeah.
We don't really have much of a choice, seeing that we got rid of Lockie.
Yeah, well, we have 4 halves, and they're all less than 40 games experience. Yeah, go
exactly.
Yeah.
Very dumb.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Mate. Yeah, some interesting times ahead in the NRL, mate. Because I don't know how some of these teams are going to do next year.
Mate, you know what you got to do? You've got to tune into next hour with the staff for the next 4 months. I'm breaking down every team. I'm breaking down every team.
Oh,
you're getting better at that, bro. You're getting very good at that.
Hey, you set it up. I just thought you did the alley-oop and I just came and I dunked it.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, we impressed him, bro. We impressed him. those 7 hours of training worked.
Yeah, there you go.
Last man's,
Bring it.
Mate. All right, you know what? Let's close this off strong. Pastor Hernan, you've got verse of the week this week. This is exciting stuff. So why don't you take it away?
Okay, so my verse for the week, Hebrews 3:13. Okay, but exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. And just like that first, especially the first part of that verse where it says exhort one another daily, just to encourage each other daily. And again, I'm just up to this is my Bible reading. I'm up to Hebrews currently, and just jumped out at me this morning. And, in our day where you guys in Sydney, those guys in Melbourne, and we just had NBF this week, and honestly, I missed the Faith crew. I really did. Like, just you guys bring the energy, and it was a great week, but it would have been even better with the Sydney crowd here. But just reminder that we just need to be there for each other and encourage one another daily. In Hebrews 10:25, it says, when we assemble ourselves together, we're to exhort ourselves. But we can't do that right now, right? Like, you guys can't. Lord willing, October 11, things start to open up. That's the hope, but it doesn't stop us from exhorting one another daily. So encouraging each other.
And I think that's actually, I didn't even know that verse existed, to be honest. That's the cool part about the Bible. But I called someone today, and literally it went for a minute and a half. We didn't have much to say to each other because we're just like, we're locked down. Like, what updates are there? Yeah. But just having that quick chat with them, it was good to hear their voice. It was good. Like, we both just felt like, yeah, that was awesome. You know what I mean? And that quick word you have with someone can really just change their day, can change their week, and encourage them. Because we just kept talking about, we can't wait to see each other when we get back to church. Is that
right? Even a short text message, these days, honestly, like just to know that someone else is thinking of you and is checking in on you. It's so needful.
Yeah, 100%. Very, very good verse. I love this verse. But I love that I've tried my best in this lockdown period to just check up on as many people as I can.
Yeah, good.
And I think it's so important. It's so important that we need to it's just a quick phone call. When we think about it, we always say, we're going to call this person and we're going to do this. And really, it's just a quick 30-second minute phone call.
Yeah.
For me, at least. I can't do text. So for me, it has to be a phone call.
Okay.
I want to hear your voice. I don't want you texting me with text. That to me is rubbish. I want to hear your voice. I want to see how you're going and tell me how you've been. That's what I'm about. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
But I love in the verse where it says, exalt one while it's called today.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love how it's saying, while it is called today, just get at it, keep at it, encourage one another. Because you know what? That call or text might just be something for someone.
Exactly.
And
Hey,
do
I'm
it
praying for
daily.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm praying for you. Hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, anything you need, give me a call later. Let's chat. If you want to talk about something, I'm here for you. You know, little things like that when someone, and you never know, like that person could be going through something spiritually or something in their personal life that really they're hindered by.
Yeah.
I love that, but yeah, I love that part of it where and then sometimes someone will call and say, hey, look, actually there's something going on. Can we talk about it?
Exactly.
No?
And you never know if you don't.
Yeah.
Like if you don't just reach out and say, hey, how's it going? What's going on?
Yeah.
And the second part of that verse really hits what you're saying, Stat, in that lest they be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
Yeah.
Meaning like they're probably sitting there and, you know, thoughts are going through their minds of sins they're probably struggling with, or even no one cares about me. No one really cares about what I'm going through. No one wants to check. And that is such a powerful thing because it happens to all of us.
Right.
But that phone call can change a person's entire thought process that day.
Yeah. And that's what it is, because when sometimes you think sin is environmental, like it only happens when you're around certain things, right? But it's actually, we understand that even as saved people, you still have the old sin nature in you, and it's deceptive. You know, I know that, especially when you're on your own and you're just sort of cooped up in somewhere, you can still find yourself being deceived by sin. And a phone call or a word of encouragement from someone can sometimes be the only difference from you overcoming that temptation to just committing sin and being unpleasing to the Lord in that sense. So it's so important, and it takes someone, I think, being selfless to just want to take the time to call someone else or to text someone or to just reach out, and it's so against our nature.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We're all about ourselves these nowadays. It's all about what's in it for myself. It's all about me and how can I better this for me. And mate, sometimes it's just, don't think about yourself. It's always not about you. Just someone else might just need that phone call. They need that text message. Just hit them up. Let them know.
Exactly.
Yeah, amen. Well, look, guys, let's do something unselfish this week. Let's give someone a call. Let's check in on them. Let's do that daily. I guess that's the challenge for us this week is call someone new every day. Let's practice what we preach. And Stat, that's another episode, bro. Another one in the books.
Another one down the hey diddle diddle, as they say.
I don't think anyone says that, bro.
Yeah.
Pastor
I haven't heard that one. So.
I hang out with people all the time.
I'll take it though. I'll take it.
Thank you.
Pastor Hernan, where can the people find you?
Yeah, so again, just on Facebook, just look me up, on Instagram, and then just on our website here at goodshepherdbaptist.com.au. And then, we're on Facebook as well. You can look up Good Shepherd Baptist Church. You can look up Good Shepherd Baptist on YouTube. So we're just where everyone else is at.
Nice. And ladies and gents, you can catch him on Talk to Me next week. He's on Monday morning. Stat, where can the people find you, my man? What's going on with League Chat?
Mate, League Chat is pumping. That's all I can say. So for the next few months, as I've already mentioned, I'll be doing season reviews of every team as in-depth as possible. My last podcast I did was 15 minutes. None of that anymore. We're going straight shooting. We're going to go hard. We're going deep into every single team, recruitment, particular players, everything. So that's going to be for the next few months leading up to the new season. So get stuck into that. We'll come out every week and just tune into that.
Nice. And ladies and gents, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You guys got us to 100. We got our September goal. How cool is that? We got there.
Good.
Now,
we got there in the end.
Now it's the road to 150, ladies and gents. Help us get there. Let's get there before the end of the year. Like and subscribe, share it around. Let us know who you want on next. Make sure you thank Pastor Hernan in the comments for jumping on. Ladies and gents, I'm Ray. That's that. That is Pastor Hernan. Thanks for having a chat. Stato.